Recording in progress.
That's pretty good.
All right, good afternoon. Let's call the McLennan County Rural Transit District Board of Directors meeting to order. Today is Thursday, August 7th, 2025. It's 4:00-something p.m. And we've got a proof of posting. Cody?
The agenda was posted on Friday, August 1st, 2025 at 1:45 p.m.
Thank you. All right, so we're going to look at the consideration or action on the following items. First is to approve the Place 6 director, and after that, the approval of the at-large district. So, Cody, if you would kind of explain the situation here. Also, the acceptance of Place 8 director.
So initially, we send out letters, nomination letters, and on the Place 6 director, we sent them to Hallsburg, Mart, and Riesel. And nominations were returned by Hallsburg and Mart. We did not hear from anyone in Riesel. So the votes came in as a tie. It was for Rick Wegworth of Hallsburg, for Trevor Bays of Mart, and each one had 20 votes. So in the case of the Place 6 director, according to the bylaws, the chairman breaks the tie.
Okay, so I think we ought to break the tie with a foot race.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Maybe 40 years ago, not even more.
Okay. Dominoes?
That we could do.
What I'd like to do is do like we did last year, and I'll cast my vote for Rick to be in Place 6, and we don't need approval for the group, just me on that one?
Correct.
Okay. So Rick would go into approval of Place 6, and like last year, I would nominate to the board here that Trevor be put in that position, and so the board would need to vote on that. So
Correct.
that's my nomination. Are there other nominations? All right, if there's no more nominations, I'd say nominations cease and he be elected by acclamation. Does that need a board action? Let's just say
Yes.
does. So anybody make a motion on that?
I'll make a motion to that extent.
Okay.
Second.
I have a motion second. Any discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Pass. And then I'm gonna swear everybody in a minute, but going to items B3, acceptance of Place 8 director. And so you want to explain how this all happens?
So according to the bylaws, if there's a vacancy for director, then the city council would need to appoint someone to fill the remainder of the term for that director on the board. And City of McGregor appointed Ms. Sherry Adams to fill Steve Dushman's remainder of his term until May of 2026.
Okay. And does that need board action?
You can accept the.
Oh, yeah, we need, all right, is there a motion to accept McGregor's appointment?
Second.
Have a motion second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Pass. Congratulations. All right, I will swear at y'all. So each one of you have an oath of office, so I'm gonna ask you to stand and repeat after me, but I'm gonna do it all at one time, but give your name for that spot. So if you all will raise your right hand, in the name and by the authority of the state of Texas, I do solemnly swear and affirm
Solemnly swear and affirm
that I will faithfully execute the duties
I will faithfully execute the duties
of the office of board member of the Rural Transit District
of the office of board member of Rural Transit District
of McLennan County, Texas, of the state of Texas,
of McLennan County, Texas, of the state of Texas,
and will to the best of my ability to preserve,
and will to the best of my ability preserve,
protect, and defend
protect, and defend
the Constitution and laws of the United States
the Constitution and laws of the United States
and the state of Texas, so help me God.
and the state of Texas, so help me God.
Congratulations. All right.
It's been a pleasure, Judge.
Oh, you're welcome to stay.
Well, thank you.
You're out of here, though.
Thank you. Hey, Steve,
Sir.
want to thank you very much for serving. Appreciate it very much. People that volunteer to do public service is very important to us, and we still, you know who we are and what we do, and
Indeed.
you got any idea, we're always open for suggestions.
Well, it's an honor to serve. Thank you.
All right, take care. Yeah, so, they would need to sign as a.
Okay, just sign this,
Yeah.
give it to you, or give it to who?
Give it to me.
Okay.
Pass those down. Thank you. Pass that around, Cody, please. Okay. All right, under B4 is approval of the minutes from the prior meeting, and those are sent out. Those are from Thursday, May 1st, 2025 meeting. And so is there a motion to accept those minutes?
Motion.
Second.
Motion second, any other discussion? No other discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Pass. And before we get into operations report, I would like to welcome Mr. Jefferson Gunn, that's in attendance here, and has made some very positive comments about the Rural Transportation District. And Mr. Gunn, if you'd like to say something, feel free to do so.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, going on to the agenda, under the operations report, ridership programs, revenue, expenses, equipment, marketing plans, and related matters. So I'd like to turn this over to Serena.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. We provided all of the data sets during that Ms. Cody provided so that you guys could review them. I know that we kind of go through the same sets, so I know we have some new members today, so I wanted to go through and explain to them how we run these numbers. And additionally, I wanted to introduce our new software, Spare, that I'm able to show you guys some additional analytics as to how the trips are scheduled, the ridership, no-show. I asked Spare to make sure that we could have a data set. So I know Commissioner Jones is often wondering, you know, what do we do if we're overbooked and how are we meeting that need? And I'm always telling him, we'll send out our dispatchers or we'll send out our supervisors in order to meet any trips that weren't accommodated. And so we have a data set that's in there that'll show him each time we have to negotiate a trip out, we'll be able to kind of show where that's what we use in order to add additional operators in so that we run in an efficient and effective manner. And if we can't negotiate a trip with an individual, then that will come up as a trip that was not met. So we are only running our numbers through May. And so we had a total of 9,394 trips through demand response. The parole shuttle, which commutes from the transfer terminal out to the parole location and back, we had a total of 281 so far through May for the fiscal year. Medicaid trips, which are contracted services that we use for local match, which are scheduled through a contractor. We've provided an additional 552 trips there. And 5310 is contracted service that we have with Central Texas Senior Ministries, where we provide them trips, so it helps them with their local match, but we manage that through our system. And so through the rural system, we've been able to assign them 2,174 trips for elderly and disabled individuals. So far through May, we have provided 12,401 trips. The chart underneath it will show you the fiscal year total for last year. So we always like to provide that for a reference point. Are there any questions about these numbers for my new members?
Any questions?
Serena, these are each one way is, like if a guy was going back and forth, it's 2 trips.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
This again is just a graph of that information I just shared. This again will show you, as far as our rural demand response, the historical data. It'll show you McLennan County's demand response for the last 4 years, in addition to our current service year. So you can see where we went back to recovering from COVID, and then you'll see where we're gradually getting back to our numbers post-COVID. This is our ridership statistics that are specific for our commuter shuttles. So the commuter shuttle will drive a fixed set and feed into the fixed routes, where demand response is the service that picks a person up at their home and take them to a specific destination, pick them up from that destination and bring them back to their home. So these are our commuter shuttles where they feed into the transfer terminal. And so we have Route 10 that'll feed in. They're coming in from Marlin, well, they're coming in from,
Glenda.
yeah, I'm sorry?
Glenda.
Yeah. And then we have Sanderson Farm where they feed in and we take them directly to the work site. We have our China Spring and Crawford route that we created. And so we sent out 5,808 mail out and surveys before we began this survey, and had received the feedback that it would be cost effective and that the community would utilize it. But you see our numbers are not at the burn rate that we need to expense that grant. So we're currently in discussions with TxDOT in order to do a grant amendment, and we're looking at changing the hours of that service to try to accommodate the needs of the high school students and some different employers there. And so I have a presentation on that, but once we get approval from TxDOT to amend that, then I'd like to walk everyone through that and show the direction we would like to take.
Okay.
So the total commuter service for this fiscal year through May is 4,866 trips.
That's up quite a bit year over year then,
Yes, sir. We
almost every month.
Yeah,
It's
we-
50%, double in some cases.
Yeah, we've gotten more, we've been able to retain our operators better. We've got a big employee pool that's kind of shifting in. It's odd. It was for a while, they were like pulling teeth trying to get operators. And now we've got our new automated employee portal called TrackStar. And so instead of people having to come in and fill out a application manually, they're able to do it online. And so I think that that's increased our retention rate and being able to bring people in more timely. But our training is still going to be between 6 and 8 weeks, because safety is the first priority of the service that we provide.
Yes.
This is just a graph showing 2025 is the turquoise one. So you see where this is the route where we're at now. So it is trending, and this would have been pre-COVID. Again, this shows you historical data further back than just 1 year on those routes we just discussed.
This is the first year we're running the Crawford China Spring shuttle, though.
Now I want to be able to show you all I want to show you the spare. And so this is our service statistics. We started utilizing Spare on February the 18th. And since our reporting is only through the end of May, I just pulled up the data sets for that. This shows you specifically the total amount of requested bookings that we had during that time frame. It shows the completed bookings where a person calls and schedules a trip. It shows you our passenger per hour and how many trips were canceled. Here, it just, continues to kind of break down each individual trip per month. And so this way, we're able to show you that, pretty much an average travel distance is about 19 miles one way. The duration runs about 36 minutes. And so when you're thinking about a shared ride program with individuals being able to travel within McLennan County, as well as the counties that are adjacent to us, we try to keep that number responsible and reasonable, but contingent on the demand of the trip, those numbers are going to fluctuate. So when you look here where it says no drivers are available, we schedule trips 2 weeks in advance. And so when they call and they schedule the trip, we're able to open up runs the next day if the capacity is there, or we can negotiate the trip 1 hour before or 1 hour after. So we're placed in a situation oftentimes where if they want an 8 o'clock trip and there's not a 7 o'clock time frame, if we can negotiate it out to 9, but it doesn't meet their request. If we don't have the demand to expand the capacity and put out enough vehicles to meet it, then that's when the trip will go as no drivers available for that request. So we had 33 from February the 18th through May 31st. And so that's where we would have factored in our supervisors and our dispatchers and our call takers to meet that if the demand required it and there's vehicle availability. So I wanted to be able to make sure Spare brought in that data set so we could support what we're doing. When we implemented the use of our app, our passengers can now schedule their trips through the mobile app. And so we still have primarily 84% of our trips are still being booked through our scheduling staff, but we have 15.82% who are utilizing the mobile app, which is good. But based off of who's riding, when we're dealing with our passengers who are older, they like to speak with an individual. They don't want to use that app. And so when we have students coming in to go to college or to go to work, they're more apt to use the app. So we're trying to really push that when we're scheduling, showing our passengers how easy it is, how convenient it can be. And our hope is that we can grow that number over time. I want you guys to kind of look at our our heat map. It's going to show you based off of McLennan County and the adjacent counties. I am going to.
Zoom in on that thing.
I'm sorry. I'm going to do the heat map. I'm going to open it up. So, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I need to look down here instead of it. And then so we're going to look at the concentration of our scheduled pickups first. And so I wanted to be able to show you that in McLennan County, you can kind of see, it's not as clear.
Scheduled pickups, you said?
These would be our scheduled pickups across the county, so that's a little better. And so this will show you based off of all the trips that we've received, where you got with a heat map, if it's red, that's a more concentrated group of trips scheduled, and the lighter the green, it's less. So based on, this just kind of shows you the distance that we travel daily. You know, we're coming up here and further south, Belton, Temple, because we have other providers. But I did want you guys to see the area that we're covering and where the most of the concentration of our trips for pickups occur. And I'm just going to show you guys as well as the drop-offs with regards to the heat map. So you can see the distance that we're traveling, and then we're returning to people. So, you know, that impacts our travel time, because a person could be scheduled in this area and need to go way to Belton or Temple. And so when you're trying to group trips, so it's more cost effective, because we don't run service like a taxi. You know, we need to get as many people on that vehicle, so it's cost effective service. That's where you have those anomalies where we schedule up to 2 weeks in advance. Somebody may be requesting a trip the day before, and the capacity has already been met, and that's when we try to factor in a supervisor or someone to try to augment that service. I did want you guys to kind of see how we're traveling and the distance that a single trip or multiple trips with multiple passengers can take.
And you did say y'all sent out the little postcards to Mart area, and there wasn't much of because I see there's a pretty high heat map there on the pickup in Mart, so.
Yes, sir.
But there wasn't much response back on the,
There was some.
okay.
So I can get the specifics,
Yeah.
but I just did zip codes, and I just had the zip codes and the cost, because I want to know how much it was gonna cost.
What's the one circle there to the right? Is that,
Oh, that, at the 320, that's what I was wondering too. What is, past Rachel, what is that?
The red one right there,
yeah, right there?
that's Mark.
Right there?
Mark?
That's
It's
Mark.
Mark.
That's Mark.
I'm surprised that Marlin didn't have a little hotter spot in his, but
Well,
Remember?
remember the judge asked
Elliott?
us not to travel there anymore 2 years ago? He asked us not to travel
I
to.
forgot who the judge was. Now that
Yeah, so that's why we.
he knows savvy travel.
So we respect those wishes.
So with respect to the red circles in Waco Woodway there, that's considered a rural, that's part of the rural service or?
Yes, sir. If it originates outside of Waco city limits, then it's a rural trip. And
Okay, so is this drop off or pick
Just
up?
drop off.
this was
It's
dropped.
drop off, okay, so coming from, what does the pickup heat map look like then?
I'll pull it
Is
up
is
for you.
that, thought,
But this is the pickup. Commissioner Jones.
Keep zipping.
yeah, go ahead and zoom like to just, that's probably good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's outside the outskirts.
That's Waco.
And so the way Waco is laid out, like Lacey Lakeview may be like in the middle of Waco, or just the way the lines are drawn. And so that's how the service area, so anything outside of those lines based off of the service area is where, outside of 3/4 miles of our fixed route, because that's what urban service is. You provide service 3/4 miles from your fixed route for your paratransit. So,
The urban service area was established prior to, the big boom areas. And so it doesn't reflect as much as
I'm
you-
just concerned a little bit about that very dark red circle
That Target.
in the middle of, and so it's not Target.
Isn't it? Next to,
Is this reflecting micro too?
I guess it is Target, isn't it?
this is all.
I thought, when you said Target, it would have been I thought it would have been the,
But they could be
Highway
picked up
6
at
Target.
Target and then go to Apple.
Yeah, and they could be going,
the medical building, but it's
yeah,
not the medical building.
outside of the,
It could be picked up there and then living outside of
Still-
Waco.
I think it's still, yeah.
So it's,
Oh, what is this?
Like if they got picked up at Target and then go to Lorena or West or,
oh, okay.
then Waco wouldn't travel outside of the city limits, but McLennan can pick up and take you to Lorena or take you to, any of the small cities, so that's,
The Friends for Life, I think, is right in that.
Is that Friends for Life?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that could be that, yeah.
Yeah, but like, back on the Marlin issue, so they're using the hot cob transportation
yes, sir.
rather than, through us. So are we still getting the same amount of people that, picked up between the two of us, from Marlin to like Sanderson Farms and all that?
Yeah, our Sanderson Farm numbers remained the same, but we don't know what they're doing because their hours changed. And so for us, when we took that leg out, we're only counting what would have been our original service area without them. And their hours are not reflective, but the request to assist has been denied.
Yeah,
Consequently, we just work our area.
okay.
But you said a while ago, on 77 just south of Robinson,
Glenda.
Glenda, you go
Yes,
there?
sir, that's our service.
Route 10 still services that area and then regular demand response as well.
But the other day, it was last month, I followed your vehicle all the way to Meridian. You go all the way to Meridian?
Yes, sir. And the adjacent county. If it starts in McLennan County, We can go to any of the adjacent
So
counties.
if someone calls you from Meridian,
We can't pick up in Meridian.
You have to take them to
We
Meridian,
can take them.
oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
wherever they are in Waco or whatever, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
And so since,
that makes sense.
yes, ma'am. Okay, any other questions about the statistics? I'll be providing those, as we move forward. So if there's any questions or anything additional.
I have a question on the first page that you were on,
Okay.
not the map here.
The stats. I think your head escaped, oh yeah, oh no.
Your no deliveries available request, that was over a course of 4 months?
Yes, sir.
Data. So I mean, I think that number is actually pretty good, because that's less than 10 a month.
Yes, sir.
Which is, I think is solid, but do you have any on the, let's see, the cancellations? You know, you're looking at roughly 25% or so. Do you have any data that indicates the reason why? Have any cancellations?
The passengers cancel or that we go. Like when you see a no-show, that's when we went physically there and they don't come out. But they can schedule trips up to 2 weeks in advance. And so what they'll do is they'll schedule the trip and then it's booked and then they'll cancel, you know, they can cancel up to the day before. And
Okay, so it's not necessarily a timing that they're waiting too long or anything like that. It's maybe just more the plans changed.
well, yeah, on the cancellation and the no-shows is when we go there. But I mean, a cancellation can be, we can take them to a trip and then maybe they find another ride home.
Okay.
Then they'll let us know to cancel the trip. You know, they can wake up
So
sick.
it's not necessarily anything that's a wait time issue or a
Oh,
ride issue. It's more of a, maybe just, it's just plans change or ride issues change.
it could be. I mean, you know.
I didn't know if you had anything that they give a reason why they canceled or any data that.
No, it won't, it doesn't tell me specifically, but you know, I mean, they just cancel, you know, it only gives you an option to notate it in the system as a cancellation
Okay.
or a no-show. But, I mean, you know, all things can happen, so.
Sure, well, especially that far out.
Yes, sir.
You're not gambling anyway.
And they may be ready sooner than their return trip is, and they may find someone who can take them home. Because again, since we're grouping trips, and you may have to wait 2 hours because of the way the vehicle is scheduled, and somebody there may say, hey, I can bring you back in, I'm gonna get on that vehicle too, you know,
Okay,
so.
right.
So it's kind of subjective of the situation, and we don't have those specifics when it comes down to how it's recorded in the system.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Good information.
Yeah, great report.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go to financials.
You're done?
Okay, before we go there, I'm gonna go ahead, just for safety purposes, get a motion to approve the operational report for recording purposes.
Second?
Motion made and second. Any other discussion? No other discussion, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, passed. Thank you. All right, financial report.
I typically don't go line by line, but I'm going to give you a brief overview. We are funded primarily through a federal and a state grant that covers the majority of our expenses. We do have some local match to help bring down those federal dollars, but which is including advertising or Medicaid, like she said, and then we have like some scheduling fees that we charge CTSM, but we are primarily ran off of fares and federal and state grants. It's managed by TxDOT, both of them, like our federal and our state. Overall, on the revenues, we are sitting like right on schedule compared to previous years. We do have that 5339 that we've actually expended. We bought that vehicle that came in February or March. I can't remember the exact moment. But it has been expended. That's at 5339 money. Overall, there's not a whole lot of difference versus every other month, but there is some it looks excessively high maintenance cost on the first page. Some of that is equipment that we bought with that new vehicle. We're able to purchase some of that, like camera systems and things like that with that, which was allocated to, that grant, that account versus to the vehicle account, which is a capital account. So that is one reason why it's over budget, but it was covered by a grant. I didn't know if y'all had any in particular questions.
Questions?
We should have new award amounts at the next meeting for you too, for next year.
Okay, that concludes the financial report. Correct?
Sorry.
Okay, is there a motion to approve the financial report for recording purposes? All right, have a motion, have a second, any other discussion? No other discussion, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, pass. All right, next is, the, approval ratifications of any, if any, for grant applications, certifications, all the grant-related matters, expenditures, transfers, and other financial matters.
Yeah, I submitted the certifications and assurances to Mike Dixon, back in April, or it was April, or hold on, I can tell you off the sign date. It was in May, the end of May. He reviewed them and what changes there were, and he approved and signed them, as well as Serena.
And we've submitted them, we have to submit them annually in order to be able to write the grants and draw down the grants, and it's an annual requirement from TxDOT as well as the FTA. So we met that annual requirement.
A copy was included in your packet, but it's long.
So, Mike, are you on?
Yes.
Did he have any?
I think you have to either approve or ratify, I can't remember which one. Yeah.
We just need a motion to
Yeah,
ratify.
he's not.
Okay. All right, motion to ratify the actions.
So moved. Second.
I have motion second, any other discussion? No discussion, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Pass. Cody, what else?
We will have to have one more meeting this year
Okay.
to have our 4 meetings annually. So we're looking at sometime in October, November. What would be best for y'all as far as the reports go?
November, probably.
Can it be early November?
Can't be October. I'll be out for a whole week for the fair. I mean, you can do it.
But you let us know what
Yeah.
works for the board, and
Yeah.
we'll make sure we work around
If
that.
it's October, I think preference would be later in October, if it's November, early in
Or early
November.
November.
Yeah.
There's something goes off in a mind when they think about Thanksgiving, and it really doesn't come back on until about February.
Well, I'll see your Thanksgiving and raise your deer season.
I didn't want to say it.
Cody, you let us
Yeah,
know.
it'll work. We'll work it out.
Make sure that we're there.
Sounds good.
We have a good
It'll work
12
out.
where I'm at sitting at.
I know, that's what I'm saying. You can do it.
Have confidence in both y'all doing it.
Ma'am.
So,
Whatever y'all need, we'll make it work, Judge.
okay.
Somebody can hear.
Let's think about last week, October. And, does that seem, I mean, that gets us out. I mean, the fair's over with, you know,
That's what I was worried about.
do that?
Iron Man, we gotta work.
Yeah, okay. Okay,
So maybe October 23rd?
yeah. What day of the week? That's a
That's Thursday.
Thursday.
After my birthday.
Should work for you.
Bring a birthday cake.
You know, girl.
Okay, let's do that. All right. Okay, so again, welcome to the new members, and the old members is now new again. And also wanted to get my notes here. All right, Mr. Gunn, thanks so much for coming. Any comments or anything that you have? Any suggestions or?
I mean, the new software that Serena was talking about is good. I've been using it a lot. And one of these that was asked about was cancellations, and there's just a lot of times just plans change and I cancel 10% of my trips because either plans change or, like Serena said, I get a ride with somebody else. My wife will text me and say, hey, you done? No big deal.
Yeah,
So, and that's really why I like communication.
yeah. Well, it's, convenient, so and that's what we're working for, where it's more convenient. We've got a lot of room to move up, folks using the mobile app, as you mentioned, and that'll make things work better in scheduling, more than likely, so, all right. Well, there's not anything else to come before the group today, we will stand adjourned.